Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining us today at our Reach Out Assembly. This is a time when we reflect on our outreach and service learning experiences throughout the year, advocate for other organizations that need our support, and make donations to causes near and dear to our hearts. Mayfield is a place of hope. Our hope is to give back.
Please bow your head and join me in prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear God, there are so many people in this world who are in need. Please show us how we can help. Use us, Lord, for your glory, and use us to be a blessing to others. I pray you'll show us how to use our resources to help others. Give us eyes to see those who are in need. I pray that our voices are used for a great purpose of drawing hearts back to you through generosity. In Jesus' name, amen. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Since September, the class of 2022 has reached out to many organizations. In September, we collected coins in jars for Hands Together, Mission Haiti.
In October, we wore pink to support her, an initiative of Susan G. Komen for the cure, and raised money for the American Cancer Society.
In November, we wrote letters and collected leftover Halloween candy for veterans with the help of Operation Gratitude.
December, we adopted families to provide Christmas gifts for the Good Shepherd Shelter community, and we sent prayer cards and funds to the people of Mayfield, Kentucky, who had been devastated by the tornadoes.
In January, we were able to start delivering lunches in person to the clients at St. Francis Center LA. Thank you to Mrs. Pham and Mrs. Kai for organizing our 8th grade reach out drivers and donations.
February, we sent donations and Valentines to the patients at Children's Hospital LA.
And finally, in March, we collected towels for the animals at the Pasadena Humane Society. There are many more organizations that need our help and many more charities that could use our support. Luckily, we have worked hard to raise funds this year through the raffle and food sales at the Harvest Festival, Student Council snack bars, and the Love Grams program. It is now time for us to choose an organization we feel strongly about so that we can donate our hard-earned funds.
One thing that we have learned during our time here at Mayfield is that it is highly important to give back to our own. We are pleased to announce that 40% of the current 8th grade class has already donated to the MJS Alumni Fund, and we look forward to continuing our gifts as alumni. The Alumni Fund was created to keep the great opportunities at our school going. It supplies our school with the money it needs to run extracurricular activities and buy supplies to support our wonderful school.
These supplies can be your athletic jerseys, basketballs, volleyballs, as well as programs like our visual and performing arts. Donating to the Alumni Fund helps preserve Mayfield for future generations. There are also ways we can help preserve Mayfield without having to donate money. Whether we are helping our school families or picking up trash over lunch, every act of kindness and everything we do to help is an important part of our Holy Child tradition. We would now like to welcome our 6th grade representatives to tell us about their work with K-Pals this year.
This year, we did a variety of service projects. The most memorable was K-Pals. The beginning of our K-Pal experience was unique, but we made the best of it. When the year began, our K-Pals had to experience something we all know a little too well: remote learning. We knew how tough this would be, so we wrote them encouraging letters and shared our favorite memories of being at home. Since we were unable to meet with our K-Pals in person, we made digital books that we could use to connect with them online. However, right when we were ready to share them, we were given the green light to meet in person with our K-Pals.
The main goal of K-Pals is to read to them and help them become strong readers. We read fairly often, but we also did many other activities with them. We taught them about Earth Day and made paper Earths. We assisted them in their Humane Society project by making posters, and when the teachers weren't looking, we played hide and seek. We asked our class what they learned from their KPAL experience, and this is what they shared. Kindergartners are a source of hope and happiness. You have to make things fun and interesting when reading, and we learned how kindergartners learn. And lastly, we learned how to be a leader.
While our main focus was KPALs, we did participate in a few other service opportunities. In November, we made lunches for St. Francis. Making lunches taught us that serving others creates a sense of belonging and purpose. It makes us feel good, gives us perspective, builds stronger friendships, and can be a truly enjoyable experience. While our class didn't make the most beautiful sandwiches, we definitely set the record for the time it took to make 100 and had a fun time working together. We also wrote love letters to an organization called More Love Letters. More Love Letters is a global organization using the power behind social media to handwrite and mail letters to people in need around the world. We have learned so much from our projects this year and cannot wait for next year.
In the fall, 7th grade joined our entire school community effort, working with St. Francis Center, providing lunches for the entire month of November. This spring, 7th grade will be doing a journal drive for 5 acres here in Altadena in support of Foster Care Awareness Month, which occurs in May. Since beginnings as an orphanage in downtown Los Angeles, 5 Acres has been committed to strengthening children and families and empowering them within our community. Now, as the country's oldest nonprofit, today they strive for permanency, a permanent loving family for every child in our care. They offer a full continuum of care for children and families in crisis, including foster care, adoption, deaf services, therapeutic residential care for foster youth, and community-based mental/behavioral health programs.
The 7th grade class is doing a journal drive this month. We are each bringing in a journal that they really like, then donating it for our journal drive. These journals will then be donated to the youth that are currently residing at 5 Acres campus. It has been a very difficult few pandemic years for all students. In advisory, we are working through a social emotional worksheet journal where we reflect and share self-expressed ideas. We are prayerful that our journal drive will provide 5 Acre residents an opportunity for similar mindful journaling practices. Mindful journaling provides an opportunity to freely express and explore feelings and experiences without judgment.
Hello, my name is Anna, and I am a kindergartner. This year, we helped the Pasadena Humane Society. We made soft beds for the cats, treats for the dogs, and some fun cat toys. We also collected towels. We gave all these gifts to the animals that are waiting for a forever home.
On February 24th, Russia launched an invasion on Ukraine. This devastating war on humanity is driving millions from their homes, and the consequences of the conflict are triggering a wave of hunger. Many have perished, and even more are injured. However, throughout these last few months, Ukraine has persevered. The world has rushed to aid Ukraine in this time of war, and humanitarian forces have united. Unfortunately, the country continues to suffer as it loses many of its civilians.
UCRF is an organization that supports people suffering in Ukraine by supplying food, water, medical supplies, and temporary shelter. Ukrainians who have survived have lost their houses, family members, access to food, water, and other necessities, so it is important that we donate to this organization. In only 3 months, nearly 3,000 people have passed away, and over 3,000 people, including children, have injuries. 5.5 million Ukrainians have been able to flee the country. Still, there are over 37 million people suffering in the midst of an attack on their country. We would like to thank the class of 2022 for donating to this worthy charity. And now please welcome Dr. Pham, who some of you may recognize as my father, who is coming to accept the check on behalf of the Ukraine Crisis Relief Fund.
Right. So many of you know me as V's father. And the reason V and Gracie have asked me to come up and say a few words is because they feel that they can learn from our experience, because as Gracie and V have eloquently said, those of you who have followed the news know that the conflict in Ukraine is causing a lot of hardship on innocent people. And thousands have died, millions have escaped to find a safe place to live. And in many instances, all they want is to be able to get away from the fighting so that their family can stay safe and not have to worry about people dying unnecessarily. So imagine that you have to travel far off to a foreign land. You give up your homes, the only ones you know for your life. You give up your churches and stores and neighbors and families and friends, and all because of nothing that you did bad, but something just came to your doorstep and you had to escape. Well, I didn't have to imagine that, because at V's age, I was a refugee. And instead of Ukraine, it was Vietnam. And instead of the Ukrainian refugees, it was us, both people. And by the time we escaped to Thailand, we had nothing more than just one set of clothes. And so to the people who have lost everything, every gesture that you give becomes so essential. So imagine the basic things that we take for granted: toothpaste, soap, clean clothes, socks, water, and food. They're essential to people who have nothing. So every journey begins with the first step. Every broken lives of people who have nothing begins with little things that you piece together for comfort and security. And so I applaud V and Gracie and all of you for recognizing that and wanting to promote help to these people, so that perhaps years from now, somebody from Ukraine will stand up here in front of people and say, I too was a refugee, and what you did have been so helpful, so that today I can be on the other end, be the giver instead of the receiver. And thank you very much for doing it.
At Mayfield, helping our community is one of our goals. We would like to thank all the community members who came out to help at the food bank on May 7th. The parent board organized such a great event. And to all those who have reached out to help our community members in need this year, whether it was the Door of Hope Walkathon, raising money for Camp Ronald McDonald, or holding Amelia Price close in our loving embrace. Thank you for making giving to our community an important part of the Mayfield Way.
The Trevor Project is a nonprofit organization founded in 1998. It is a suicide prevention line that focuses on supporting lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning youth by providing crisis services, which is direct suicide prevention and crisis intervention services, to support LGBTQ youth 24/7 via phone, text, and chat. They provide peer support, which is the world's largest safe space and social media networking community for LGBTQ+ youth. Research, evaluations, and external research that support the Trevor Project in significantly improving its services. They work with a lot of suicide experts and youth experts to make sure that their services are the best it can be. Education and public awareness. Programs, trainings, and content promoting awareness around issues and policies relevant to LGBTQ youth and the adults who support them. And advocacy. Advocacy at the federal, state, and local levels to fight for policies and laws that protect LGBTQ youth.
Why is the Trevor Project important, and why do we choose it? LGBTQ+ youth are 4 times more likely to commit suicide than their cisgender straight peers. It is important to us that we support our youth all the way, as they are our future. It should be a child's last worry about whether or not the people closest to them support them. The Trevor Project's mission statement includes building a safer and more inclusive world, as they provide various services for them to go if they feel alone, isolated, or if they need support they can't get from home.
As a Mayfield student, we take a pledge to treat others with kindness, compassion, and respect. These are strong qualities that are woven into the fabric of what is the Mayfield community. We believe that these qualities align with the Trevor Project's vision. They strive to treat the LGBTQ+ youth with kindness, compassion, and respect. At the Trevor Project, they hear from young people who express feelings of isolation, young people who may not know there are other people like them in the world, or that there are people out there who will accept them for who they are. When they tell the stories of their shared history, stories about marginalized people who fought tooth and nail to get us where we are, they affirm the next generation of LGBTQ+ people. The Trevor Project lets them know that they have a past and a future.
We would like to give a warm welcome to Ms. Martinez, who will be accepting the check on behalf of the Trevor Project.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ms. Martinez. You probably recognize me from the front office. I would like to accept this check on behalf of the Trevor Project. And I just want to say how grateful and thankful and proud I am of our class of 22 and these students right here for donating their money and choosing this organization to support. And it's one that means a lot to me personally. And I know that the Trevor Project will really appreciate the money that everyone's worked so hard to donate. So thank you very much.
We have someone else on behalf of the Trevor Project.
Hi, everyone. This is Wynn.
Oh,
hi,
are you
everyone.
are you muted?
I don't think I'm muted. We're doing a quick handoff. Hi, everyone. I'm Zuin. I'm calling in from the Trevor Project, and I just want to say thank you so much for choosing to support the Trevor Project. We are so grateful for all of the effort and care that you all have put into fundraising and to supporting LGBTQ young people. The Trevor Project is here to support and create a more loving and inclusive world where people can be accepted for who they are. As the students mentioned, LGBTQ young people unfortunately are at higher risk for suicide. And so our goal is to really help make a world both in terms of resources and suicide and crisis intervention services, as well as thinking about legislation, advocacy, resources, so that, hopefully more and more students and young people feel included and welcome in the world, so that they don't have to come to the point where they're accessing crisis services. And so again, thank you so much for thinking of the Trevor Project. We are so grateful for your support. And please know that we are always here 24/7, chat, text, or phone for anyone who might need us. So thank you again for thinking of us. It means the world. And thank you for all of the incredible work and fundraising that you're doing for so many wonderful organizations. We're lucky to have Mayfield Junior School in the world and all of you. Thank you so much.
City of Hope is currently managed by Robert Stone. City of Hope's technology has led to 4 of the most widely used cancer-fighting drugs and synthetic insulin. This organization is dedicated to making a difference in people's lives who struggle with serious illnesses. Its hospitals are located in more than 35 locations across Southern California and have more than 50,000 people come in and out of their doors every year.
In 2020, my mother was diagnosed with stage 2 cancer in her tonsils. It was a very scary time and no one knew how to react to the news. However, thanks to City of Hope, my mother got through it and is now a survivor. She was a patient for 6 months and continues to go for checkups. During the treatment, City of Hope was there for every step of the way, clearing up confusion and fear, as well as giving excellent care. City of Hope was and continues to be understanding and caring throughout everything. They continue to support my mother with every checkup they do and email they send. Here's a quote from my mama talking about her experience. City of Hope saved my life. They are the kindest, most professional people I've ever met. I'm forever grateful, and because of them, my daughter still has a mom.
City of Hope's discoveries have benefited over 100 million people each year. City of Hope's caretakers try to make sure that their patients are as comfortable as possible at all times.
For example, toward the end of my mother's treatment, a nurse came over every day to help with an IV drip, as well as making sure she was comfortable. City of Hope not only focuses on treating cancer, but also focuses on other life-threatening diseases such as diabetes, HIV, etc. And before COVID, Mayfield used to donate blood to City of Hope. We will continue to show our love and care with our donation. Please help us in welcoming Ms. Kettner collecting our check on behalf of City of Hope.
So this is actually incredibly exciting for me to be here today, as I get to combine both of my worlds. While I do work at City of Hope, I am also a Mayfield Junior alum and a current member of the Alumni Committee. So thank you for having me here today and for getting to share this experience with all of you. I would like to thank Ruth Davis and Shelby Burnett and the entire 8th grade class. It's the heart and soul of individuals like you who make City of Hope what it is. We are all so fortunate to have an institution like City of Hope in our backyard. We are one of the leading cancer and diabetes research centers. The research conducted at City of Hope, it's shared all over the world. And thanks to individuals like you, we're moving the needle forward towards a cure for cancer and diabetes each and every day. So thank you for your time, effort, and hard work spent in helping those in need. And thank you, Mayfield Junior School, for instilling in all of us the importance of lifelong philanthropic efforts and the effect it has on our community.
Hi, our names are Avery Brist,
Etienne Lanchanton,
and Karina McDevitt.
Today we will be talking about the organization we have decided to donate to, and that is the California Breast Cancer Research Program. The mission of CBCRP is to prevent and eliminate breast cancer by leading innovation in research, communication, and collaboration in the California scientific and lay communities. The CBCRP seeks to accelerate high-impact research with clinical relevance, encourage innovation, and stimulate creativity, and facilitate productive collaborations.
The CBRCP funds California investigators to solve questions in basic breast cancer biology causes and prevention of breast cancer. Innovation treatments and the way to live while following breast cancer diagnoses. They involve other advocates and scientists in other aspects of CBCRP decision-making, including program planning and grant application review.
Since 1994, CBCRP has awarded over $280 million in research funds to institutions across California. 95% of their revenue goes directly to funding research and education efforts. Nearly 200,000 California women are living with breast cancer. Breast cancer can affect women of all ages and races, and approximately 80% of women who develop breast cancer have no family history of the disease. In California alone, more than 4,200 women die of breast cancer every year. That's more than 11 women every day who die from breast cancer. All three of us have been strongly impacted by breast cancer in our lives.
My great-grandma Jewel was diagnosed with breast cancer in her early 80s. She thankfully was able to survive it and live many more years with us. All of the medical interventions helped save her life. We are very grateful that any of that was available to her.
My great-grandmother was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer at the age of 60. Unfortunately, it spread to her bones and she died at the age of 68. My other grandmother, Connie, was also diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 41 and died at 53. When her cancer returned, it went to her liver and she passed away.
Many of my family members have been affected by breast cancer, including my grandma, aunt, and mom. Breast cancer not only affected them, but also my family, as we were there to support them.
All of these significant stories have led us to wanting to support CBCRP and finding a cure for breast cancer, along with being the supportive hand with women who are struggling with this horrible disease.
The company Athleta, specializing in women and men's sportswear, has graciously agreed to donate money with Mayfield Junior School to the CBCRP. Athleta is a very trusted and supportive company and has shown to support fighting breast cancer throughout many years. We are very thankful that we can partner with Athleta in discovering new ways to cure this disease. Please welcome Ms. Sears and Ms. Briss to accept the check.
Hi, everybody. It's been over 5 years since I went through treatment for breast cancer myself. At that time, I was a 3rd grade teacher, and many of you 8th graders were in my class. So I kept teaching that year because of you all. Coming to MJS gave me hope, just like Moses said, MJS is a place of hope. The smiles and hugs of my class gave me hope. Jossie giving me a bracelet I wore as a good luck charm to every treatment gave me hope. Still have it. Ruth bringing me fruit kebabs to my house on Sundays gave me hope. Ale and Gracie leading the class in a recorder song in my honor when I returned from my surgery, that gave me hope. Ryan picking out special head coverings for me when I had no hair gave me hope. And there were so many more things that were done by this Mayfield community to give me hope. May the work that you guys put into raising these funds for the California Breast Cancer Research Foundation give many more people hope. And eighth graders, always remember the love of God is your why behind serving others. Actions, not words. Thank you.
Thank you for having us today. And I want to congratulate all of you on all of your hard work for raising so many funds for so many worthy causes. I'm very impressed with a lot of your choices because, as you can see from many of the stories that you've heard up here, that there are so many impacted. And I'm sure that every one of you will know or do know somebody that's been affected by one of these diseases or tragedies or issues at hand. So in the spirit of actions, not words, I hope that you carry this responsibility of philanthropy and goodwill into your high school and college years and beyond. So thank you very much.
Hello everyone, I'm Ryan Acosta and I chose to donate to Camp de Corazon. Camp de Corazon is a nonprofit organization that provides summer camp free of charge for children with heart disease. Apart from serving teenagers with this wonderful camp, Camp de Corazon supports young adults through the PACE program. They provide families with opportunities and programs which include retreats and informational seminars about heart health. Each year, children go to Catalina Island to experience this wonderful camp opportunity where they can meet others with the same heart conditions. This organization is important to me because it supports children with heart conditions like me. I was diagnosed with an AV block type 2 a few years ago. My doctor, Dr. Shannon, at the time was the founder of this camp for kids. I attended the camp a few years later and I loved it. It really creates a safe and fun place for kids with health complications. I am lucky that I have not gotten surgery, but others who have feel welcome in an atmosphere where you aren't limited in camp activities like swimming, kayaking, surfing, climbing, etc. on Catalina Island. Even though I have gone virtually, the experience was nevertheless extraordinary. I am excited to go in person this year and experience a true camp life at Catalina Island. Please welcome Chrissy Endler, or Penny Lane as she is known at camp, the Executive Director of Camp de Corazon, who will be receiving our donation.
All right, this is incredible. Thank you to Ryan and to all of you here, the MJS community. My name is Penny Lane, at least at camp. And I have the privilege of working with third graders to 11th graders with heart disease. Heart disease is something that you probably think more of with adults, but 1 in 100 children is born with some kind of heart condition. And Camp del Corazon was started because we are so lucky with the advances in medicine over the past 2 decades across the board, but certainly with heart disease. Kids were getting surgeries to help repair their heart disorders. And so physically we're fixed, right? But we're experiencing social and emotional scars from the surgeries they'd had, the time in the hospital, social isolation. I think we can all relate to feeling socially isolated. So camp is a place, Camp del Corazon is a place where we go and foster community. And so I'm happy to share in a sense of that. I see and feel in this space today a great community here, and would just say to this awesome 8th grade class, as you head into your graduation, something that my mentor always told me, and that is the easiest way to get over yourself or make your problems seem smaller is to serve others. And I get a huge sense of that today. So what is it? Actions, not words. I love it. So thank you all for having me. This is going to send a cabin of kids to camp this summer. So thank you so much. Thank you, Ryan.
Hello, my name is Carly.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Xander. And I'm Weston, and we're presenting on behalf of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, otherwise known as AFSP, was founded in 1987 by Mariette Hartley. It's a nonprofit organization that helps people affected by suicide or who are currently experiencing suicidal thoughts. ASFP has funded scientific research and educated the public about mental health and suicide prevention. They also advocate for public policies in mental health and suicide prevention.
AFSP was founded by a small group of individuals that had lost someone through suicide. As time went on, there was an alarming rise on youth suicide, tripling in men and doubling in women, with about 1 death every 11 minutes. These caring individuals wanted to change this and seeing the numbers rapidly increase through the years. Before AFSP, there was no organization dedicated to understanding and preventing suicide through research. AFSP has made it their mission to make sure people don't feel alone and give people hope back in their life. With this, AFSP has inspired us with their organization to give back and help those who are suffering with suicide.
Please give a warm welcome to Ms. Kelly Manning, who will be accepting this check on behalf of AFSP.
Thank you.
Well, I'm smiling underneath the mask. Again, my name is Kelly Manning. I'm on the chapter board of American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, Los Angeles and Greater Los Angeles and Central Coast. We cover a large area, but I'm born and raised locally in the Pasadena area and have always known of Mayfield juniors, Mayfield seniors, and the work you do. So it's amazing. 62 eighth graders got together and raised $36,000 throughout the year. And we at AFSP are now a beneficiary of those funds, which can go to help support local students in the community with our outreach to share the importance of having real conversations, letting your parents know that it's okay for them to talk about mental health because many of you youth feel very comfortable. So I am so proud of the youth of our Pasadena and Greater Los Angeles area, the knowledge you have and the sharing of the importance of suicide prevention and just checking in on your strong friends. Everyone here, you're strong, but you can have moments that you need support. It's okay to ask for help, and please, everyone, just look at your friends, even if they have a smile on their face, and ask them how they're doing. So thank you again so much on behalf of our chapter.
Hello, I'm Zoe Tao, and I will be presenting about Living Hope International. Living Hope International is a nonprofit organization that was founded in 1994 by Dr. Samuel Fong and Lily Fong. Their mission is to provide orphans and needy children with humanitarian relief, emotional nurturing, and the opportunity for a brighter future through education and enrichment programs. Living Hope assists children who do not qualify for a formal adoption in their native country. They help by building houses so children could live in them, giving them nourishing food, and providing them with medical care. They also created a village aid, which helps children stay with their families and receive humanitarian assistance.
This includes feeding them, building schools, churches, and giving them fresh water. This organization all started from Dr. Fong, who was once an orphan too. He saw orphans in a different way than others did and believed in them. One of the orphans he believed in happened to be me, and he is one of the reasons I am here today. In August of 2008, I was found alone in a farmer's market. I was about 2 months old and left with a baby bottle. The people who found me tried to find my mom, but they were not able to, so they took me to the police station. At the police station, I got photographed and a picture of me was put in the newspaper so they could find my parents. Doctors also examined me and said I was very malnourished and thin. A month later, there was still no success, so I went to an orphanage in Dao County, Hunan Province, in China. In the orphanage, all what we called aunties loved me and named me Xiao Tu. I was described as being curious and always happy to be hugged and very good with using my fingers to pick up toys. In order to adopt a baby from China, my mom had to fill out many forms. The paperwork took about 7 to 8 months. My mom found out she was going to be a mom in December of 2008. She was at work and she was told she had a phone call. When she picked up the phone, she recognized the voice. It was one of the staff from Living Hope. She said, "Priscilla, we couldn't wait to call you. You have a baby." My mom was so excited that she was finally going to be a mom. My mom and grandma traveled to China to bring me home. Living Hope Adoption Agency made it possible for her to adopt me. They helped navigate the tremendous amount of paperwork that had to be done to apply. My mom chose Living Hope Adoption Agency in Pennsylvania to facilitate the adoption because it was a Christian organization run by Dr. Samuel Fong with a good reputation for being professional, caring, informative, and having a strong relation with the Chinese government agency in charge of adoptions. Please welcome Dr. Fong, the founder of Living Hope International, who will be accepting our donation.
Hello, Mansfield Junior School. I'm Samuel Fong, and I will be accepting the check on behalf of the Ministry of Living Hope is to care the children and orphans in China, Honduras, and Kenya. Thank you to the class of 2022 for raising this money and choosing our organization to receive this fund. This donation will go to help the children in Ukraine. Actually, personally, I will travel to Ukraine and carry this fund to purchase the food delivered to the children there. As now, the wars continue, but the children are suffering, and they try to find a place to hide and to survive. Thank you very much for your help. Help the children in Ukraine.
Okay. Hello, I'm Alejandro Lozada, and the organization I have chosen to support is AFTD. AFTD stands for the Association of Frontal Temporal Degeneration. Frontal temporal degeneration is a very rare disease that only 60,000 people in the USA have been diagnosed with. This disease is most commonly confused with Alzheimer's during the diagnosis, but this is different. This disease attacks the frontal lobe of the brain. There are 5 different disorders of this disease. The one that my dad has is primary progressive aphasia. Basically, what this disorder does is it gradually impairs speech, and it affects the speed that they are able to process at, and also the memory that they have. We are so grateful for AFTD to help me and my family research more about this rare disease and educate us on the causes and defects that it does. We are so grateful for this organization to reach out and help support my dad with gatherings and appointments that help us understand this disease and help us through this complicated time. Thank you so much to my class for choosing to donate to this organization. We are all so grateful for all of this, and we are very appreciative. Please welcome my mom, Miss Kelly Lozada, who will be accepting the check on behalf of AFTD.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, class of 2022. You guys are amazing. Every year, I'm astounded by this Reach Out Assembly. I've been here for 22 years and I'm not leaving. I get to stay here amongst the community that I call my home because each one of you knows that this is so important to care for others, to be kind of on a personal mission to help. And so like all these organizations today, the AFTD, their job is to raise funds to do research for a very rare disease that, it took 5 years for my husband to get properly diagnosed. And it's not treatable and doesn't have a cure. And so we are going forth on this journey, and I'm so grateful, so grateful. We're so grateful for everyone here. And you, class of 2022, you are going on strong. Carry this spirit with you to your future. Thank you so much.
Mayfield has been a place of faith, community, learning, compassion, dignity of each individual, personal growth, and sustainability.
We are grateful for the opportunity to shed some light on these worthy causes, and we hope that you will continue to reach out and make the world a better place.
Thank you for joining us.
As you go through the next chapter of your life, always remember, the greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Coretta Scott King, have a great day. Please listen to your teachers for instruction for dismissal. Thank you.